Hi everybody, it's Jane from Living Skies Vintage, and I thought I'd come to you today and talk to you about a couple of things. And so if you've ever bought anything from me, whether it's been on Etsy or through some of my YouTube lives, you may have received something like this in with your package. Now, these are what I call my, for lack of better words, my mini masterpieces. And they're a lot of fun to make, and I just think they give a lot of speciality to the gifts that I give. So, here's one that I've made. Adventure awaits you. So these are all the finished products, and well, let me show you how they all start out. And they start out actually from the dollar store. And this is what they are. They're the wooden dominoes. These two have been sanded on the top. But here's how they come to you. They're light, they're lightweight, they're fairly thin. You can see they're light. And I just sand this shiny top off. See? Shine it off. Or sand it off, excuse me. Just like that. And then what I do is I attach them to a whole bunch of paper. Now, I've only got this on this side attached to the front paper because it's exactly same on both sides. On this side, I choose to adhere them to print, which I've dyed with coffee or other items. Now I've got a couple of distress inks that have been sprayed on here, but on this side is a jelly print. And if you don't know what a jelly print is, then I can show you what that is. Oh, and I should say, like, this is a dollar store product, so I get what? I get all the dominoes for a game. So it's like about 50 dominoes for $1, all in balsa. I don't know that I could do better than that on a business card. And these are very special. Anyways, so this is done. This is done on a jelly print. And if you don't know what a jelly print is, I will do that for you sometime. Here's my jelly pad. It's all inside plastic right at the moment. And if you can see the jelly in here at the moment, I used actual leaves from my garden to impress this and then put color over the top in several layers. And it's this jelly-like pad that you use with acrylic paint or ink. I'm sorry for the noise, sorry. Acrylic paint or ink. Now, I don't clean mine very much, but I do have a hard plastic on top of it. I like to leave bits and pieces on the jelly so that they come up in the next printing. Oops, that didn't come out too flat. Look at that. It's just like a piece of Jell-O, or, well, hard jelly. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to knock that. So I use this to make a lot of different prints. I usually do this quite a number at a time. And as you can see in this particular one, this is the orange one, but I do have, there's the red and the green. This is the same one. There's the red and green. These are the plain ones yet that I haven't added to, and there's still some orange and yellow. So you can see how I've used different jelly prints to make these, and you can see in the end results, there's the red and green in the background of those. So more of those. I didn't add the orange and yellow ones till later, so I don't have any of those finished yet. So what I do once I have this, and I usually have a whole sheet of this, but I've already torn up quite a few of them. And you can see that these are just the bits of paper that's torn off. Some of these have been actually shaved down or sanded down, and I prefer to use a nail file to do that, which comes in quite handy when you're doing this. Now, this is easy enough to start. And then once you have the nail file out, you can actually just nail file against the edges of this and sand them down. Now, I'm just trying to look for that. Where it went to. Hold on a second. So this is a little more expensive nail file than I would normally use, but it'll get the point across. It's quite easy to do this. Now you can see that most of this has actually been shaped off, but really if you just do this, and sorry, ASMR people, but you can see how that, just if you shave up against it and use your file, and I usually like to put it against the side of the desk because it stabilizes it for me better than in the midair that I'm trying to attempt now. Excuse me. But you can see, especially here, see, this is shaping off on the from the edge of the glued jelly print, which I've attached to the domino face. And there we go. And then so on this side I did mention that I use a book print. I use a distress spray on here, and I also will do a coffee dye on that. So, you know, maybe one of these days I will do a gel print coffee dye, all of that kind of stuff to show you. Sorry, I shouldn't be hitting that and making that loud noise. ASMR. But, sorry. Anyways, so that's what you do to get the blanks. And you can, you know, you're starting from something like this. And you're just taking that bit off, giving it a good rub with your nail file on the edge. And like I said, it is easier if you do it against the desk rather than in midair. But you can see how that kind of slices and separates the paper for you so that you get a nice clean edge. Now after I do that, I start adding little pictures to it. And I have a treasure trove of pictures in these little pictures like this. Or I've got, where are they? Oh, here they are. I've got all sorts of stamps. See, there's a stamp. There's a sticker, excuse me, that I use. This is actually a magazine ad that I use. So, you know, cut out interesting pictures. Cut out, you know, this is dollar store stuff. And I just hold on to that. That's a really old ad, I think, for, I think for ladies stuff. Yeah. So, like I say, we've got all sorts of different stamps that we can use, stickers that we can use. And there's the balloons. There's some more stickers. All of these things I'll use on my little mini masterpieces. And then I end up with this. I also put on the back of them my address for Etsy and my YouTube address. So, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It's absolutely free. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much, because I really do appreciate it. And I'm going to put out a few more items. This is just one of the things I do to kind of tie my jewelry and my creative side together. And I hope you enjoyed seeing it. So until I see you again, take care, and thank you from Jane at Living Skies Vintage. Bye now.